should I call you 1UpLife? Is that what I'm calling you right now?
Everybody calls me 1Up.
1Up. Okay. What's
Short
good?
and
What's
sweet.
good? All right.
Not
So
much, man.
yeah,
Vibing
bro,
on that Mario Maker.
you're good to go, man. Whenever you want to swing in with some video, hit me up. Let me know what's good.
Oh yeah, I'm good.
We want to see your beautiful. Oh my! You are handsome. All right, let me hang on a second, chat. Let me get him in here real quick. Ow! All right, sweet.
Ow.
Dude, what? All right, so what? Let me get the timer on the screen real quick here, because man, we got a lot to cover. I don't know if I can even get all this done in 1 hour here. All right, so
Sure.
well, first off, 1Up, dude. I thank you for tuning in today. I appreciate it, man.
Man, I don't know how you do that. I would have threw my controller in the deepest ocean. I can't do
dude.
it, bro.
Now, also, am I getting your Twitch right? Is it 1UpLifeTV or is it just 1UpLife?
1UpLifeTV. Just put a TV at the end of my name.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah,
Somebody
so
took it on.
Yeah, so everyone who's here right now, if you want to check them out here, it's twitch.tv/1UpLifeTV included. So yeah, dude, damn, your background is, dude, man, you got the cubicles, you got the LEDs, you got the Wi-Fi lighting, the Hyrule shield, man. You are swag.
Yeah, man. About 7 years, putting all this together.
Dang, okay.
That shield back there was subs we had on Mixer. We wrote every name of our subs on that shield.
Oh, nice. Okay, so look, what I want to do here with you, bro, I want to so you came from Mixer. You were a Mixer streamer, but then Mixer is now announced they're going to be dissolving at the end of July.
I lost audio on you, brother, there just for a second.
Oh wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, yeah, you froze too on me. It was just Discord being Pepega. Yeah, you're a Mixer streamer, and then Mixer now is going to be dissolving into July, and now you're are you back at Twitch, or are you venturing to Twitch for the first time?
I'm actually back, man. I started on Twitch back in 2011. Oh, I'm sorry, 2012, and about a year after it was brought out. And I was just a lurker at the time, just kind of vibing on whatever stream I could land on. But eventually, I decided to pick it up and see where it could go. Didn't get too far in Twitch. Found out, Mixer was coming out, so jumped over there just to test it out. Started building a community, and then here we are now.
Gotcha. Well, man, I got a couple questions for you then. So I guess before we get to the questions, introduce yourself. Like, what type of streamer are you?
I'm a Nintendo. Yeah, go ahead. I'm a Nintendo variety content creator, man. I've been playing Nintendo since, I don't know, I could fit a controller in my hand. Me and my brother used to sit down and play Mario in front of the little TV with the knobs all day, every day. So that's where it all started for me.
Dude, the old school RF adapter, channel 3, banging the TV to get it to work. Like,
man, blowing on the games 8, 9, 10 times.
I mean, if you even get it to work, honestly, yeah, it was pretty wild. I've heard.
We finally got that little tiny Nintendo version that was like way better for some reason, that could read games. It was like the second edition.
Oh yeah,
that was legit.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about here, the NES Mini.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember actually looking at that a while back here. And the problem with it was that it only had composite output, I want to say. Or so, I don't know. It was something about the video quality. It was actually a downgrade from the original NES for some reason. But we're at a point now where you can get those because the patent ran out for it. The whole like slot loading patent ran out from Nintendo because they couldn't keep for so many years, so many decades. And now you got all these like third party manufacturers who are making like better mechanisms that are not as prone to mechanical failure. So you got those top loaders now that are pretty good. Still
blows my mind that I could bring up a Nintendo game on my phone if I wanted to, just from starting out.
Yeah, man. So okay, so you're a Nintendo gamer is what you would describe yourself as, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. And
I play other things, but Nintendo is my focus.
I can tell the Hyrulean Shield, the Zelda cab. I mean, you got a lot going on right there in that background. I can tell for sure. So you were on Twitch originally, and you ventured to Mixer what year?
Let's see. It was about 2014. I think it was 2014, 2015, somewhere in there.
Okay. And just for scale for everyone in the chat right now, remember 2014 era Twitch, that's the same year that the Twitch app came out on the PS4 and Xbox One. That was the year where Twitch was scheduled to have all that monstrous growth because it was a core app on those game consoles. I think that brought in a lot of new people there. This is before Twitch Prime. This is before gift subbing. This is back when there was no non-gaming section. It was purely gaming. Hearthstone was the be all end all, gaming, but really I'm just sitting here talking to you the whole time or whatever. So it was a very different landscape and ecosystem back then. So the $1 million question is, why'd you leave?
I just wasn't getting traction, man. When I started streaming, I was chasing streaming for, following the numbers more than I was community. I was ignorant when I first started streaming, but I grew as a content creator and things got better for me.
So your metrics weren't quite to where, or the growth momentum was slowing down a little bit. So you're like, you know what? I'm gonna try a Mixer. Now, was this whenever Mixer first debuted, or you like saw Mixer come out and you like let that settle a little bit and then you went over there?
So I was with the Microsoft beta, whatever program they had, and they brought out Beam when Beam first got introduced after Mixer bought it, before they turned it to Mixer. So I tested Beam out a little bit and didn't really care for it. So I bounced back and forth between Beam and Twitch. And then when it finally went all the way over to Mixer, it had some better features to it. So I decided to try it out and stuck with it for a while and was able to develop a pretty good standing as far as community. But the only problem with it is as a zero Nintendo presence platform. I mean, everybody comes in. You literally have like GameCube controls and buttons on the top of your right of your screen, and somebody in chat will go, "Hey, is this game on Xbox?"
Dang. Okay, it's like that.
Yeah,
I didn't even think about that. Actually,
it got bad.
So pretty much, if you weren't playing Xbox game, like you were a Nintendo-oriented content creator, but you were on an Xbox-dominant platform, so it was like people expected Xbox stuff, right?
Correct.
Interesting. Okay. Now
the growth was minimal.
Can you tell me more? My boomer memory's kicking in right now. You're saying Beam. I don't even remember this being a thing. So before Mixer was known as Mixer, it was known as Beam, and Beam was the beta. Is that what you're saying?
Correct. Yeah, Beam was developed prior to Microsoft purchasing it. Microsoft slid in, purchased Beam, and turned it into Mixer and brought it into their Xbox platform.
Okay. And that did all that happen in 2014? Like you joined? No. You joined when it was Beam, and then it became Mixer. You didn't join Mixer when the Mixer was officially Mixer, right?
Correct. Yeah. It was about a year later that it became Mixer, about 2016, 2017, I believe it was.
Oh, okay. So you were at Mixer for a minute. Okay. Dang. Okay. Now, I guess my question there becomes, all right, well, what I assume you were getting growth on Mixer, and that's why you stayed for so many. I mean, what, 6 years, right? Like 2020 from 2014, you were on Mixer.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, yeah, I started seeing a lot of growth in community building, and I met a lot of good friends there, and we kind of piggybacked off each other and helped each other grow. So it became like a camaraderie thing, and we just,
You and another like Nintendo-loving, Nintendo-playing person, or was it like?
A couple of those, and there was some other games that I was trying to get involved with at the time too, just to test them out, to kind of branch out of my content, my comfort zone.
Okay. So so you had that going on. You had your squad, and y'all were collaborating and doing your little thing and all that. Do you find did you find that there was like a culture to Mixer? I've watched like maybe like 2 streams, maybe like 2 hours total of Mixer. Not a lot. I'm a pretty busy guy. But so I forgive you on that one there. But like, do you find that like streaming on Mixer was a very different experience than streaming on Twitch?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, yeah, very much so.
Do tell here.
I had a lot of technical issues. They had issues with their servers a lot. And I wasn't the only one, unfortunately. They tried their best to work out a lot of little kinks and stuff like that, and they were trying to bring out features and stuff, but the culture on Mixer is where it stands out the most as far as the differences between Mixer and Twitch. There's a lot more streamers on Mixer than there is on Twitch. There's a lot more viewers on Twitch, and that combination just didn't work as you were trying to create content, and people would, all the time coming in, I'm a streamer too, or things of that nature, and then I don't mind that to an extent, but it gets to a point where it's a little much, and then it's hard to compete with somebody who can get on their Xbox and stream with no camera and still, get on that platform. It's difficult to explain that, but when you're just saturated with all those people that could just get on Xbox and jump on and play a game and stream, it's hard to get any kind of growth in any directory on that platform.
Were there, so if you had that problem, do you feel like there was Mixer partner help that could have, like, I don't know, like, did something about that? Or did you feel like you were kind of like, a magic carp out in the pond and you were just kind of like flailing into the wind?
Oh yeah, pretty much. I mean, a lot of times when I would submit tickets and things of that nature to my PAM, which is my partner PAM, partner assistant manager, whatever it was called, acronym, and I would get a reply back every now and then, but not always. It wasn't the best communication wise, but they were, I don't know what they were dealing with on the back end, man, but come to find out that it was quite a bit.
Yeah, I saw it was a kind of a fiasco. I mean, I don't know, like, okay, you set the tempo here. Like, I don't know if you like want me to. I mean, I can bring up some things that I kind of want to know, like that I hear like negative things, inefficiencies, kind of like some sus things that are happening over at Mixer. I don't know if you're like still like trying to like keep it polite, but it's kind of this big thing I wanted to like talk about here, because I feel like if you're coming back to Twitch now, there's some level of dissatisfaction, I would imagine.
Well, yeah, I mean, when it all boils down to it, I will always appreciate my time on Mixer, man. It did develop and help me grow as a content creator, and it did give me a platform to produce and create a community. So I don't have anything like bad and negative to say about it as a whole. Yeah, I wasn't extremely happy with it, and when they came out with the decision to shut it down, that kind of teared me a little bit, because I put so much work into building that platform and building that content there, to just have it all ripped out from under me. But I mean, they offered everybody to go to Facebook, but looking at Facebook, man, I just couldn't do with the security and the privacy issues. And
okay,
it doesn't.
Now we're getting to two things here. So okay,
yeah,
fair enough. We can come back to like what I heard as far as the back end inefficiency of Mixer goes here. But okay, let's go with those two things here. First thing first is, all right, let's go to Doomsday, the day you find out that Mixer's dissolving, right?
Yeah.
Did y'all get any kind of like warning? Like, I heard y'all found out when the public found out. Like, when that tweet dropped is when y'all found out. Is that true?
You are not wrong, sir. I remember the moment I was sitting there on Twitter. I was watching all of it happen, and then I refreshed. I saw that notification from Mixer, popped it. We're shutting down. I was like, whoa. No notice, no nothing. And apparently we come to find out that the staff of Mixer themselves didn't even know that it was shutting down until 15 minutes after the meeting, the official meeting.
Dang, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty dirty, dude. That is I guess they announced it, and it's like, okay, look, we have like a month or approximately, right, to like get it together here. Is it a month? Is it July 22nd or is it July 30th? I forget.
July 22nd, they're shutting down. Okay.
Yeah, so approximately a month. Yeah, I don't know. That's pretty wild. That's like, you would think maybe like later this year, we'll transition, but man, I don't know. It's just like it's a pretty hard blow right there, because yeah, the platform migration, that's something that most content creators are gonna like lose a pretty big chunk of audience over, from the behavioral habits of like even just our own consumption of media here, right? Like for example here, let's say that for example, 1UP, like you may or may not like South Park, right? But South Park's currently on Hulu, and you enjoy Hulu. South Park left Hulu last week, actually, and went over to HBO Max. But you love South Park. Are you willing to venture over to HBO Max to continue to consume South Park? The point is, it's a pretty big if, and that's the whole thing, right? That platform swap is a big if. It's a big ask ultimately here, and not even like, it's like a lot of content creators are gonna like lose a pretty big chunk of audience because they're not willing to like inconvenience themselves to go over to do that platform migration. So,
Well, here's the thing about that though. When you introduce the fact that it's shutting down as entirety, then you introduce a different volume and a different number of people that are coming over because they have no option. The people that they wanted to watch there are now here, so they have to go there. But that platform doesn't even exist anymore. So even if they wanted to go find other people to watch, it's just not there.
You know, that is
So
true.
like if Hulu shut down, yeah, you'd go get HBO because there you go.
No, you're right. You're right. You're right. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's still okay. So take me there. Okay. So like, and forgive me if it's like a traumatic memory. I'm just kind of like, it's like one of those like once in a lifetime things where like, you know, you've invested 6 years on Mixer to just find out abruptly, no warning, that it's gonna fade away in a month. What was that like on your stream? Or tell me about, did you find out on your stream, or you found out when you were just privately browsing offline, or like what was that actual day like, that moment you heard about it? How did it hit
Okay,
you?
so it hit me just offline. I was on Twitter. I was actually on vacation in Maryland. We were visiting my grandparents, taking my daughter. First time they would see her. First time they would see her. So that was an interesting vacation. And then on our way back, I wasn't driving. My pops was, and I got hit with the Twitter and everything, all that stuff that came out with allegations. And then not soon thereafter, that's when Mixer announced. I don't know if you heard about the whole situation about Millie, one of the partner heads over there.
The partner guy who had to deal with his bigoted boss, who was used some pretty choice words for y'all content creators, slaves.
Yeah. That was pretty rough. And then right after that is when you started seeing a lot of people come forward on the platform and making similar videos, like basically saying, "Hey, we're boycotting. We're not streaming on Mixer until this gets rectified." And then that very next morning, Mixer was like, "Nah, we're shutting down."
You know what? That's a valid point here. Do you feel that the boycotts were accelerating that plan, or do you feel the boycotts influenced the prompt cancellation of Mixer, or do you feel that they're two coincidences here? They're just two unrelated events. They were gonna cancel anyway, and the whole like the racist staff member who was exposed was just like, you know, kind of, it was already gonna happen anyway. Do you feel they were related in any kind of way?
I can't really see them being related per se. I mean, they probably had a big part of it, you know, for the most part, but ultimately that
platform
had started reducing its features and everything for about a year. So you could
Wait,
see,
what? Wait.
yeah, you could. It was bringing out features, but they were very slow, and they were just enough to titillate you and not do anything else. You know what I'm saying? Like to keep
Really?
it,
I didn't
keep
know
it
that.
ticking.
Can you okay, so let me first, I'll give my experience here, and I'd love to hear about like what you're referring to here. So y'all had, what are they called? Charge, darts, zooms. What's the little lightning bolt thing? What's that called on Mixer?
Oh, Sparks.
Sparks. I was close. Yeah. Y'all had Sparks. And y'all had that when, at least as of Ninja joining, y'all had Sparks, and I was like, oh well, dang, dude, they got some kind of like cool little channel engagement thing that doesn't require like money. Just, you know, it's just a, you know, you acquire them for like being an engaging viewer, you know, and not being a bot or whatever. And it's like, dang, dude, why doesn't Twitch have this yet? And it's like, and then like the minute like, you know, Mixer acquired Ninja, it was like, you know, like, I mean, dog, it was like not even a month later. Oh, channel points like that. And it's like, oh, points. Yeah. This is what happens whenever y'all have competition. Y'all can get shit done. Y'all are slow most of the time, but I have never seen something go from like, you know, discussions about what Mixer had that Twitch didn't, and then suddenly like, oh, well, we can do that too. And then it happened like within a month. That was crazy.
Yeah. What did the same thing for like a low latency?
Oh yeah. No, yeah, that's a valid one. So interesting that you guys said you were losing features. Okay, that's interesting.
Well, not necessarily losing. They just like at one point they were booming them out. They were knocking them out. They were getting good features out, and then all of a sudden it went from a flow to a trickle, if that makes sense. And you could see as that year progressed that they just weren't interested in. They just weren't interested in pushing content creators. They were kind of cherry picking people, and it was noticeable. It was noticeable.
Okay, I hear you on that. Okay, so let's go back to the because all right, there was two things here. It was one was like, how are you feeling? So you were on Twitter, you were not streaming whenever the announcement came, and what was that like? Okay, I guess so. So if you weren't live, what was the next stream like when you were live? Was it like you told your community what you were gonna do? Did you have like a plan? Like, it seems like now you're coming to Twitch. You're at Twitch again. But like, what were you thinking like the for the following stream? Like, what'd you tell your community as far as like, here's my plan going forward to migrate out of here?
Well, we were all chatting in Discord, and basically we're just kind of conversating back and forth on what would be the next steps for our community. And a lot of people, agreed with me as far as not being too happy about the privacy issues on the Facebook side. And we already had affiliate before we left Twitch, so we were able to kind of branch off that and get that train rolling pretty quickly once we got back here. And we had a lot of things developed on Mixer as far as emotes and stickers and all that good stuff that we could transfer over here. And the platform is just well developed, and it was easy to transition. There's a little bit of a learning curve, but as far as actually making the switch, it wasn't terrible, and it wasn't a hard decision for me personally.
Gotcha. Okay. So okay, all right. So then now comes that next part here. So the official migration package Mixer and Microsoft are offering to everyone, correct me if I'm wrong here, everyone over on Mixer was like, hey, look, if you're on Mixer, we'll offer you $2,500 to come to Facebook Gaming on some like whatever term, right? 90-day loyalty package or whatever. Is that the correct thing I'm hearing right now?
Yeah, it was 90 days exclusivity, meaning you couldn't stream to any other platform. They would give you the 2,500, and I believe after that 90 days, because you already are brought on as a partner, but after that 90 days, they reevaluate your channel and see where you're at as your standings. So you can lose your partnership. So
you could lose partnership. Oh, so it's kind of like training wheels. Like, okay, well, look, here's what the big leagues are like, and if your metrics ain't up to scuff,
yeah.
Off you go.
That's what I was feeling like they were putting down, man. But $2,500 was like handing me the fish, and I wanted to come over here and Twitch and get the fishing pole.
I understand that, no, for sure. We'll talk more about that in a second here. Do you feel like did your other friends over on Mixer, did they go to Facebook Gaming? What did they do compared to you? I suppose is what I'm gonna ask.
Well, actually, they got bigger five heads than me, bro. They were already out of Mixer and switching to Twitch over a course of like 2 months prior to them actually shutting down. So yeah, they caught it. I was still riding till the wheels fell off for a little bit just to see where it was going. Because I like I said, I had an idea that something was about to happen, but I would have never predicted that.
Okay. Yeah, because you're thinking about it, right? So they'll tell you that number. This is what I see here. People are reading it as 2,500. I'm looking at it like 20. It's more like 800 ish a month. Yeah. You look at it on a per month basis. Like, is my like the most important time to grow right now, while all eyes are on where the Mixer partners scatter all around here now that Mixer is like going down, and it's like 800 a month for 3 months. For a quarter of a year, man, that's like a billion years of internet time, man. So it's like, and then what? Like, take this short-term cash to then do another platform migration if you're not liking Facebook Gaming, Like,
yeah,
it's like it seems like a no-brainer at first, but when you give it a lot more thought, also cool cat in chat, y'all. It's like, I don't know, man. That's like, who wants to go through 2 platform migrations in less than half a year? That sucks. So I definitely I like your decision. Like I'm not shitting on the Facebook deal if you actually want to go to Facebook Gaming, but if you know you're not going to because you don't use it or whatever, then it's like this is kind of a hard ask here. Can I help you right now? I'm sorry, my cat is just like looking at me like I'm dumb right now. Like it's like human. Like, pet me. Okay, I'm gonna pet you. All right. So your friends were already making the migration on a longer term basis. You were caught off guard with no plans to leave Mixer, particularly, though you were not satisfied with like the lack of initiative that may have been indicative of like what they were probably planning something else here. But what's your experience? So you said that you would not go to Facebook Gaming because privacy concerns and some other stuff here. Tell me about that. Well, why is Facebook Gaming a no for you? Is what I want to know.
Well, as I was doing research on it, man, that you can make a secondary profile and use it to chat, but it still links to your main user profile, which has your name and pictures of your kids and pictures of your family and your house and
Really?
whatever else you're putting on Facebook.
So how would you fix that? Like, what if you made like a totally separate email?
I guess you could make a totally separate Facebook account and then use that, but it's just that's crazy, man.
Hmm.
Yeah, I wouldn't ask my community to do that.
No, I totally understand here. So you don't have to even explain to me. I don't even mean to put you on that kind of pressure. It was more like I'm just curious of like what you've heard, because like I've on my end here, it's not even okay. I can take a massive dump on Facebook. That trash company, obviously here, but and there's a lot of trash companies out there for sure. But that's a pretty bad one, especially as privacy is concerned here. But even before I even get to that, on a UI basis, FB Gaming's like user experience is trash. Like it's like the interface is like garb. Going from the luxury of reading a Mixer chat or even like a Twitch chat. I'd even go as far as even like a YouTube live chat. I find more engaging than like a Facebook chat. You know, like I care nothing to read that chat. It's just full screen and just get me out of there, dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to think of like what content would make me want to go to FB Gaming to consume. Like, what is of that caliber to maybe make that kind of platform migration to see? I don't even know what I would do. I don't even know what it would be, but like.
I have no idea. Yeah. It looks like mobile gaming is pretty popular over there for some god awful reason.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not here to like shit on it too hard. It's just not really. It's not my cup of tea at all. I can tell I'm not in the target demo at all. So, not gonna judge what I don't understand. Or maybe there was some appeal here. I don't know about it, but I did. Whenever some people were migrating over to Facebook Gaming, I was like, okay, back when it was like, Ninja and Shroud were coming to Mixer, and you had like a lot of like news about like some AAA streamers who were moving platforms and all that for the exclusivities. And it was a very interesting, time to see like, ooh, what's, we no longer have the monopoly of Twitch dominating everything. Now we're seeing, what streamers are worth now, kind of, sort of, right? And, and I was curious. Okay, well, let's check out Facebook Gaming. I went over there to see what their website was like, and it was like garbage. It was like, man, this looks like a regular Facebook page, with just like a live stream on here. I don't know if it's,
find out their whole. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it was just I was not impressed by it at all. It's like this sucks to use. Holy crap! So I was kind of like, really turned off there.
You know how their UI started?
No, how to start?
It was a hack. It started as a hack for Facebook.
Really?
And then they adapted it. That's how that started. That's how we learned that started. Literally in the video that we had, as they were, one of Mixer's last little get-togethers for partners, because Mixer came on for like a couple seconds and then just basically tossed it over to Facebook people. And they were introducing and telling us about it, and it started as a hack. And then they adapted it and turned it into the Facebook gaming platform.
So then your options were ultimately, well, okay, I can leave. I have to leave Mixer by July 22nd. That's whenever the service is going to go down. And are you already full in at Twitch now, or are you still doing like half and half Mixer, half and half Twitch, or like what?
I was doing a little scene on my Mixer just to let everybody know like where the community and the stream had gone, given my link to Twitch. But that's about it. I've been on Twitch now for about, I guess, a week.
Okay. So you did a very like prompt switch, like, hey y'all, I'll be here, and then now you're here already.
Pretty much.
Okay. That's pretty quick right there. I hope it's working out well for you.
Well, the week was a blur because I had to get all the emotes and everything transferred over. But yeah, it was quick, fast, in a hurry, man. I had to get out of there.
Heard that. Let me think here. So with that in mind, I guess my next question is, why Twitch? Because your options were what? You can technically FB Gaming, which had a monetary plea bargain ultimately, right? You had I guess YouTube, and and Twitch, and I'm sure you've done the homework more than I have here. I don't even know what are the what are the other alternatives, if any, or were you never really thinking about anything other than Twitch when you heard this announcement happened?
There was a few others, man, but based off of some of my other friends that had switched to Twitch and were giving it all the praise, and then we had already had affiliate on Twitch, so bringing my community over and allowing them, to be able to sub and support the channel like they were doing in the past and get those emotes and all that. It seems like you can survive on Facebook if you living off sponsors, but as a monetary based platform as such as Twitch is what someone like me, as far as a content creator, would need to kind of survive.
Gotcha. Well,
Yeah.
okay, so in that case here, what is your outline for success? So you're coming over to Twitch, and what are you hoping to achieve here at this point? Like, is your do you currently have a partner now, or is it affiliate? I don't know how any of that worked, honestly. Did Twitch offer any kind of like migration program for people on Mixer?
Apparently they're letting people submit their partner application, and they've got a whole nother team that's working on it because of so many people that have submitted. But a lot of people, who have come over from Mixer to Twitch have been given partner. So
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Did you apply?
I did. I absolutely did.
Okay, tight. Yeah, well, hope for the best there. Forget me. I asked because I'm so far removed because I got partner like June 2013. So like I am so far removed from whatever the partner hustle is like in 2020. I know now they have like I don't know if you saw on your dashboard, they have like achievements now, and they can they tell you whenever you hit 100 viewer average, or whenever you I forget, stream 20 days in a row or some shit like that. So they have all these achievements now to kind of give you an idea if you're on the right track.
True. Yeah.
And I don't know, and I know generally when you meet all the criterias, and they'll tell you hey, you can go apply for partner now and get your channel reviewed to go to the next level. But I don't know if even how relevant that is here, because I've seen some where they have they have a 4-digit view count get declined, and then some with a 3-digit view count get accepted. So I'm like, okay, well, I don't really know. It feels like it's very, very contextual at times with the manual review of the channel to see if you get partner or not. So I'm wishing for the best for you. Definitely.
I appreciate that, man. Yeah. Trying to make our stamp on Twitch, man. We'll see if we can grow our Nintendo base. My biggest achievement that I'm trying to go for is I really would love to be a Nintendo partner one day and represent that platform and that company.
Do they still is it what's it called, the NPP, Nintendo Partner Program, right? Is that do they still do that?
They do, yeah, they absolutely do. I actually spoke to somebody out there at E3 in 2019 that was with Nintendo, and kind of gave them an idea of what my metrics were on Mixer. But when she finally got up to looking at Mixer, she was like, we just don't look at Mixer, so you got to grow your YouTube and get on Twitch. So here we are. So
and okay, so I will say there. They also, remember earlier you said the problem here at the time was everyone expected Xbox content because it's kind of like an Xbox dominant platform. They may look at Mixer and be like, oh, well, this is owned by Microsoft, it's owned by one of our competitors here, it's probably not keen for us to have a Nintendo rep on that competitor service. Might seem like a kind of like a cross contamination a little bit there. So
no, I agree.
So I had a theory that whenever Mixer acquired Ninja and Shroud, and they were acquiring this big talent, right? That they were trying to plan some kind of major synergy with the new Xbox Series X, because it's okay, unlike everybody else, here is one company that has their foot in game development, a streaming platform, and console hardware or gaming hardware. They're in all three at one time. So couldn't they synergize all three? Will there be an unparalleled amount of Mixer interactivity when you're playing Xbox games? Was the idea I had here. And I wonder if you had any theories or any insight into what you were expecting when the Series X dropped, or was that not really on your radar at all here?
Oh yeah, absolutely. There was a lot of people talking about it, man. At one point we were all we're not necessarily happy with what's occurring here on Mixer. We're a lot of things that we're asking them for, they're telling us soon. We got soon a lot from things that we requested, and so we were hoping that Series X drop was just going to take Mixer to the next level, introduce it to a whole new light, a new generation, just different things like that when that dropped, especially with Ninja being involved with it and him being, because I thought maybe they would use him as the face of the new console and the new Halo and all that, because he was a big Halo player. But and that was a theory for a lot of people, man, but ultimately that didn't happen.
Yeah, I no, listen, I really thought that. I was going with, the minute Ninja was acquired, I was like, oh, dude, Ninja was, people only know Ninja for Fortnite, but he was a pro Halo guy back in the gap. And if Halo Infinite doesn't suck ass, which I'm still hoping it does, please don't suck ass. I'm a huge Halo 3 fan, guy, so I've been waiting for Halo to get back on top for a while now. I had a theory that, like, okay, it's gonna be like where, rather than like coming to the Mixer platform will feel like a separate thing than playing Halo Infinite, couldn't they combine it too? Like, what if you like booted up your Xbox and you're playing Halo Infinite and you just like walk over to the Mixer Coliseum and just like you can just like watch, I don't know how it would work here, but you can go over to you can go over there and just like watch Ninja play a game and spectate natively within the game, like you don't have to boot up the Mixer app. You can experience Mixer within the game, which is like something you can only do if you like. Man. Say it again.
I said that would have been cool.
That would have been. I know it would have been tight, but like, it's what could have been. But I guess we'll see here.
Could have been, man.
We'll have to see. Well, we have July ahead of us here, though. I mean, there's pretty big rumor that we're gonna get we're getting I say rumor, I think it was already confirmed here. We're getting a major July event from Microsoft. It's supposed to like blow the lid off on, like, at minimum Halo Infinite for sure, but the rumor of the Xbox Lockhart. You heard about that?
I have not.
Oh, so okay, this is all right. So it's like, this is me and you just gossiping right now. It's a little bit off track here, but
of course.
So PS5 gets revealed, right? And no price drop. So everyone's like, oh, so it's going to be expensive because it's got a bunch of like fancy hardware in it, right? So everyone's like, $500 or whatever, right? And then you got the all digital version. You got people saying different things, 500, 600. But obviously the digital only version is going to be cheaper. So, $450 or even $400, right? $399. And either way, there's no way around it. The console's looking pretty beefy on the specs, looking pretty expensive, right? And the rumor is that Microsoft has more than just one Xbox here. Series X gives away there's going to be like another one at the same time.
Oh, yeah. That did hear that, but I didn't know it was called Xbox Lockhart. Is it Project
Lockhart's the
Lockhart?
code name. It's not the actual name. Yeah, it's a Lockhart, the in development name for it. It might be Series Y or Series Z or whatever the hell they're gonna call it. It's Series X2 or some shit. But it's gonna have the same CPU, so it can play all the same games of the similar intensity. Same CPU, same RAM, but the GPU will be considerably weaker, so it won't be able to do like 4K native, or even have like the same like ultra tier graphics. It'll be like, playing something on like high or like medium or whatever. But so you can play the same library, but the graphic fidelity will be kind of like having a cheaper graphics card inside your PC. And the idea there is that, I'm sorry, by the way, the rumor is supposed to be targeting about 4 teraflops rather than the 12 that Series X is going to do here. But the idea there is that it'll be cheap. It'll be really cheap. It'll be like, some are saying 300. Some are even saying it'll be a digital only weaker Series X that'll be 200. Like, severely undercut the PS5 possibly. I don't know how aggro they want to be with it, but I mean, this is Microsoft here, so they have like infinite money to lose here if they want to really reacquire a genuine competitive advantage in the next console cycle. But those are the rumors. A weaker graphics components within a different Xbox that can play the same games. So
when you compare graphics, when you're sitting down there looking at like actual, the details in itself, you don't really see a whole lot of differences. So, honestly, I don't see why they wouldn't do it if they're able to undercut PS5 and give them another price point as far as people needing to buy it on a lower end and still want to play those new games coming out.
Let me ask you, what's on your radar? Are you looking to get either of them, both of them, neither of them? PC,
usually as a content creator, I try to get whatever consoles I can because I just love to play games. So whatever new ones come out, I want to try them. So I usually try to get every one of them. I was in line at 11:30 at night before the Switch came out at midnight. I had to play that new Zelda.
Heard that, bro. Yeah, March 2017 was pretty wild for everyone here. That was like, man, productivity went down the freaking window, just like pew, pew, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, here we got a question here for you. Actually, I wonder. This comes from Benchmark Tiger. I wonder what 1UP thinks of Twitch 1 weekend. Major streamers banned, DMCA violations out the wazoo. Kind of a weird time to jump into Twitch. Yeah, I mean, it's been a pretty news heavy month to say the least here. But yeah, I haven't asked you actually. How do you feel about Twitch right now? Do you feel at home, or do you? Go ahead.
Well, yeah, like I said, man, that week was a blur, but yeah, I do feel at home. I think the community that we had built previously on Mixer that came with us have really helped me, get whatever anxiety I had out of the way cleared. Plus, I've met a lot of cool people here on Twitch already too that also stream like Nintendo and Smash Bros and all that good stuff, and they've been pretty welcoming, and including yourself, man. I never would have imagined if I reached out to you on Twitter that I would have got a hit back. But
yeah, honestly, okay, look, because I think we're approaching our final 10 minutes here. Wholesome alert. Can you remind me how did this whole thing start here again? Because I think you reached out to me, but I forgot, like, it wasn't even about this. I chose to make it like about this. What did you hit me up here? It was something really, really wholesome. It was like some why people happy shit.
Hey, you may not see this, and you probably don't know who I am. My name is Lucas, but everyone calls me 1UP. I'm a former Mixer partner who fought tooth and nail despite it being an afterthought there to bring Nintendo to the forefront of Mixer. Sleepless nights, working to be better, put years in my craft, all to have it removed out from under me. I know you represent a huge part of Nintendo on Twitch and was looking for any help you may be able to extend. Thank you.
Y'all, how could I say, look, 1UP TV, I'm sorry, 1UpLifeTV, y'all. How could I say no? I saw that, I was like, if that ain't that meme with Snoop Dogg, that's the cutest shit I ever said, or cutest shit I ever read in my life. It was just like, dude, I was like, man, get your ass on my stream and let's do this interview. Let's give this man a warm Twitch welcome, y'all. God damn, dude. My boy been out here for 6 years trying to get some Nintendo love on an Xbox platform. Welcome home, bro.
Appreciate you, man. That feels good. Been many years fighting.
Yeah, no, I'll help you out for sure, dude. Well, damn, dude. Well, from here, I think, believe it or not, I think, chat, are there any follow-up questions here? I think I kind of ran through everything. I don't know if I have anything left here. Oh, since you're a big Zelda fan here, thoughts on Breath of the Wild 2?
Woo, I'm ready, man. I'm really hoping that they introduce kind of like a secondary puzzle aspect as far as like with a partner, kind of like how they did with Spirit Tracks. If you look at some of the releases and the trailers, Zelda is with Link.
That's a big. You're not wrong. That's a big fact right there. They were together in that dark cave, so or cave or wherever the fuck they are, right? So it's like, co-op
and also
Zelda,
looks like it's gonna be like. Yeah, that'd be awesome, man. It also looks like it's going to be a little bit of a darker form factor like they did with Twilight Princess.
Yeah,
I'm stoked about that.
You know what, though? It's funny you bring up that because all I ever see are the angry fans who are just like, they want a traditional Zelda, which is funny because they got that with Skyward Sword, and then they were like, because it was fatigued by then. So I don't really know what Zelda fans want. It feels like there's like such a big fan base. They just all complain about everything really here.
I do miss dungeons. I love dungeons, man. They were the best part of Zelda for sure. And the shrines and everything, they did a good job about it, but the Divine Beast didn't quite fill that gap that dungeons did. So I'm hoping we see a little dungeon introduction in Zelda Breath of the Wild 2.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Linear, I feel like for dungeons to work and be as hard as they intend to be, they have to be kind of linear, right? They got to be like sequential rather than like this like, open world where you can do them in any order you want, tackle whatever you want, however you want in a true non-linear fashion. So linear dungeons, I feel are a pretty big fan cry. I could see that being a thing for sure. And yeah, like I said, that co-op would be pretty wild. Or, really, I don't even need co-op, dude. Like dude, my bar is so low here because I just want more. Like, when I dropped, however, I'm like 180 hours or whatever on a Breath of the Wild 1, I was like, whenever I got to like the last, when the last tower was done and the map was fully assembled, I was kind of sad. I was like, oh man, that rush. This is it. Now I'm from here. I just kind of like, assemble all my shrines, but like that last tower was sad for me. I remember that. I was like, damn, dude, this is it.
That
You know what I mean?
exploratory factor, man. It was just everything was everywhere. It was so fun, man. You didn't know what you was gonna run into next or where he was gonna land.
Yeah, so I just really I would be happy with just more map to discover, more towers to be done here. You can give me like, I mean, you could give me like a lazy sequel, just more of the same shit, and I'd be cool with that. But obviously, if I can get co-op or a second playable character, like if Zelda has like a whole different arsenal of what are they called, the freaking, I'm sorry, the abilities here, it's been a while, I haven't played it, the runes, is that what they're called?
Yeah, I think so. The runes.
Yeah, like if she has like her own set of like runes or whatever, I'd be like, yo.
So saying like you could switch to her in the middle of like puzzles and use her runes and special abilities to solve things.
That's double. That's literally double the complexity of like abilities, and you know, and if the puzzles are made well enough, you can have multiple ways to solve them, and you can use all Link, you can use all Zelda, you can use a hybrid of both. You know, just like you know, and it's like, I don't know. Whenever there's like more routing possibilities, it's pretty sick.
If she sits down and I have to carry her through dungeons, I ain't about it though.
I'll tell you what. Okay, one flex here. There's a puzzle in somewhere. It might have been the bird dungeon. I don't remember exactly, but there's a point where you have to like have an electric current go from one node to another. Does that ring a bell? You have to like So the thing is,
about through the water and through like a bunch of like metal blocks and.
I don't remember there being water in this room. It was like I'm pretty sure it was like in a. Well, either way though, because you had to get the carry electricity, and you had to like, you're supposed to do a certain thing. But the thing is, you can trigger the first node to have electricity, and then the current would carry through dropped weapons that were metallic. So if you had like, you know, if you had like a metal sword, that would spark too. And so you were able to kind of like, I was able to like cheese this one out hardcore, just like drop like 5 metallic based weapons and just have the current carry over from node 1 to node 2 to solve the puzzle. It was
I remember it was the one on the ground. I remember that. I used some of the
camel dungeon. Swords. Yeah. Dude, I was like, yo, if this works, and then it did, and I was like, yo, that's so cool, dude. Fuck yeah, bro.
Dude, all the mechanics in that game was just crazy, dude. They did so much to develop that game and give it more of a, like, it was such a realistic factor to some of the things that you could do, like as far as like getting the arrows out of your shield and chopping down trees and all that good stuff, man. They did a good job with it.
Yeah, no, I really want to revisit it actually. It's been 3 years and I haven't played it since the original, so I want to hop back in, and I did do I did master mode trials, but I haven't it's been so long that I haven't played the campaign since I initially beat it, and it's like I'm kind of glad I forgot everything because I get to re-experience it again whenever I do it. Like I don't remember where any of the memories are. I don't remember where shit is. Like I'm just gonna like. The question is though, am I gonna, in your opinion, if I hop back in before Breath of the Wild 2 drops, right? Whenever I do that, do I hop back in and play vanilla campaign, even though because I forgot everything, so it'd be all good, or do I hop on master mode and like and deal with that shit? What's your opinion?
Man, you're tryhags, bro. Go try hard.
Man, master mode suck ass though, dude. Like, dude, every battle's like 20 minutes long. They got Lionel's on freaking the plateau and shit. It's just like, bro.
I got murdered so bad on that.
Dog, it's just like it's a drag, dude.
Something's weird though. Last time I played, that Lionel is no longer on the plateau.
Oh really? Maybe it got nerfed. Maybe they removed it because it was just like a little bit too real right there.
Yeah, it was too real. Right off the
it's like, I mean, bro. Damn, dude, you want me to? Who's fighting this shit right now?
I got 3 hearts in this piece, man.
What am I gonna do here, dude? Like,
and a wooden stick. Come on, I'm ready.
You just gotta spam bombs. They say. I feel like that doesn't work in master mode. I feel like with the health regen, like if you don't manage well enough, you just get fucked, dude. Like,
I think the last time I played master mode, I went straight for the phantom armor that came out in the DLC and got my damage and everything up real quick.
Okay, that
was a good play. Helped me out a lot.
I guess we'll see then. Maybe I'll have to. They're telling me I got to man up and do master mode now. Okay. Well,
it's
sir.
Good, man, to avoid those white goblins.
Oh yeah, them yeah, them fucks there, dude. Ugh. Well, yeah, and I guess also have like two more small things too. Like, I mean, I would like rain to be less annoying, and I would like weapon durability to be a little more meaningful, because it definitely gets to a point where it drags on you late game, where you're just like, okay, every weapon I'm using is gonna just break anyway, so I'm just gonna like, you know, have a bunch of shit on standby or whatever.
That game knew when you were climbing, man. It knew.
Bro, you know exactly what I was talking about here too. Yeah, like it's like whenever you want to climb and you gotta like you're way down the valley, and it's like, really, rain right now? Really, rain? Come on,
like,
bro.
I'm almost to the top. Son of a. Every time, man. Never failed.
Now, okay, so yo, man, this has been great. Thank you for coming on, bro. I really appreciate it, yo. Everyone here, twitch.tv/1UpLifeTV.